I'm Gonzo Fred the Phoenix, and I'm up here at the U.S. Capitol, standing across from the Russell Senate Building and the Dirksen Senate Building, and where they're having the Kagan nomination for Supreme Court Justice today. And what we're talking about is the part 2 of the Lance Armstrong Tour De France scam. First, I just want to make a little correction of a misspoke thing on part 1, when I was saying Sissy Sison, it's Cindy Sison. Cindy Sison, and she also has a degree in sports medicine. But the part of what we're getting into is that I'm going to go over the stuff about, a little bit more about Lance Armstrong. And I want everybody to go about this part. When you're an investigator, there's 2 things that I'll always kind of remember. And one was Watergate. Remember Watergate? And they said, follow the money, and it led all the way into the White House. Well, and then there's another one that was a good one. It was Silence of the Lambs. And when Hannibal Lecter, the movie Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal Lecter was telling Clarence Starr and the FBI agent how to find who the killer was. And whoever it was that Latin they used or something, they said, go back to the first body. It means the first body, the first money. The first money, and the first money comes from the USPS office with Tailwind Sports. How did they get together about all this, and how did they come to this? This has been the biggest question, because Lance Armstrong, before he had cancer and stuff, he was a bike rider, and he'd won a couple of little one-day races, the small stuff like we was talking about, but and I think he'd placed like 38th in some type of tour of a thing or something, and he wasn't showing that he was going to be no superstar or anything, and so and he goes in and has his cancer and has all this chemotherapy and all that, and he gets out and jumping around, and everybody that knows anybody that's around cancer sees that, they know it's not right. They know from their families, whether it's their mother, their father, their children, cousin, a sister, brother, or friend, or anything. Anybody's had this kind of cancer, nobody's seen anything like that. Even to today, with all this money's been put up, they haven't seen anything like what he's start producing these people that do this. Just get out in everyday life. The other thing is that let's be a superstar. The part what we're going to now is that he hires this doctor Ferrari, who was known to have all this. He did all these drug enhancement things to help you change your oxygen and stuff. And he hires him for 5 or 6 years. 7 years, something. He doesn't tell anybody until it gets found out. He didn't tell nobody. Now, you're not going to go hire no doctor. Let's quit insulting everybody's intelligence here. You're not going to hire no doctor that has to know how to do that, and then you don't use it, and he never suggests it to you. That's just a lie in your face right there. If that's not a lie for anybody to know, what else does it take for you to have it? He could have went and got somebody at the first aid station, or the Red Cross, for that matter, if he's not going to use that doctor for what he was specialized and known for and what he promoted. So there's a direct line to it. And the other part is, but how much of this money from the USPS went into helping buy these drugs? That they knew about it. They knew about it before it ever started. Let me take you to another situation. That he went to because he was winning and stuff, and they were putting all this pressure about how could he win if he wasn't on the drugs and stuff. So they took him out to the U.S. Olympic Committee in Colorado Springs, where all these geneticists and biologists, whatever it is they were, knew all about this stuff, physiologists, people, and they did all these special tests on him and run all the chemical things. And they said, oh, guess what? He just happens to have something naturally in his bloodstream or in his thing that his genetics or something that helps him change oxygen, just like this so-called steroid drug did, and that helped him win by a couple minutes and stuff over the long haul riding the mountains. I listened to the man talk when I was in Aspen, Colorado. Did that talk. And I said, well, if that's the case, and all these other people are on all these drug enhancements and stuff like that, and then he should be winning by 8, 10, 12 minutes. Take everybody else's drug enhancements away, and how they were helping draft other players, and riders draft them, and push them and pull them and whatever you call it. Then he should have won by 8 or 10 minutes. If that's the case, then the Colorado Springs doctor should have picked it up. Said, look, he should be winning by 8 or 10 minutes. He's got this thing here. He does this. His oxygen supply. He should be winning. And the biggest thing is now he's out there now. He's fell down. All this other stuff's happened to him, and he's in the mountain stages, and yet he's not placing up there in the top. This is where he took off before. Oh, I don't know, where he just took off and started placing at the top. And now he's not even in contention for the winning the yellow jersey for a day. Not even a day. Now that's not right. That's not right. Something shows that oh well, that's right. He's not on his drugs no more. No wonder he can't win a one-day race. And so here it is that that all these pieces of the puzzle are coming together, and you get back to like Tailwind Sports. Here it was, they come on, they get up this $9 million to support this team. They start having this super rider out of nowhere, and the next thing you got is all of a sudden all these people are gone. There's nobody around that was originally around with Tailwind Sports that was involved with managing and directing and stuff besides Lance and the team manager. That's the only people around it, and they since then have bought in and owned Tailwind Sports. Why did all these people get away from it? It's like they know what's going on. They've already read all the other reports. Everybody knows what they call it, the water cooler gossip and, around the office and everything, and all the rats are jumping ship. That's what's happened. Everybody's got away from it, so anything, if it ever does explode, they're not going down with it. But the grand jury now has not to be set to see if Lance, like the one that's going on in Los Angeles right now, is not to see if Lance Armstrong took federal money from that comes from the United States Postal Service and used it and funneled it into buying these drugs to win a race. The thing of it is, the investigation, that you go back to the first money, they knew that the money was going to be used for something crooked and dirty. They already knew that there was going to be these drug enhancements and stuff. They knew that he had the potential of being a superstar because there's other things been done, not just the little drug enhancement. This guy just doesn't get out of a hospital with that kind of cancer and take off being a super runner, a power runner. And he could have got back into speed racing and stuff and things over time, but then all of a sudden he turns into a power runner. Something genetically has been done. Something genetically has been done. We got this, I don't know what you call it, the $6 million man. But there it is. So this is Gonzo Fred, the Phoenix, in front of the U.S. Capitol, saying that, again, I'm no more a winner of the Tour de France and Lance Armstrong, than Lance Armstrong should be.